Hello, good morning. Happy St. Patty's Day. I've got my green on, so no one can mess with me today. I'm not drinking any beer. I'm a teetotaler, but I'm sure that there will be enough alcohol drunk to where some could spill over and count me in too. We are playing Star Wars Saturdays, which is the Gauntlet community. I've been running a game since December 2017. Every month we switch game systems. It's all set in Star Wars. We're currently around the timeline of, say, the Star Wars Rebels TV show, which is pretty good, and Rogue One. And that's the timeline that we are currently in. So the Jedi are scarce, and the Empire is on the rise. And not that anyone in this game would know or care, but the Republic Senate has been dissolved, and Emperor Palpatine has consolidated power. Emperor Palpatine, who often fires his subordinates for no reason whatsoever, or for trumped up reasons, one might say, to make sure that he stays in whatever kind of power. I'm sure that at some point he may propose some legislature to do away with term limits. And we are set. We're currently playing one of my favorite games, Apocalypse World 2nd Edition. A little bit of a thought experiment that's been successful so far. Sure, there's Star Wars World, which is by Andrew Medeiros, which I used to kick off the Star Wars Saturday series. But if you set it in the kind of appropriate area, because like for Star Wars movies, Apocalypse World is not really the right engine for that. But if you set it on Tatooine, right, where life is cheap and there's tons of sand, it could work. And so far, it has. So we're playing Apocalypse World 2nd Edition, set on Tatooine, currently around the area of Mos Shuta, which anyone who played or watched the December game of Star Wars World, Mos Shuta is where that game was set. So there's a cool little through line, and this is kind of a living campaign, even though we swap out different characters and different game systems and slightly different settings. Occasionally we'll be able to shake hands between games, and so that's what we've done here. We have 4 amazing and interesting villains and scum among us. And I thought it would be cool. Oh, scum in quotes. They're all just products of their environment. I'm sure that they're wonderful to have tea with, or blue milk, as it were. We're going to start off with each of you guys quickly introducing your characters. I'll do a reminder of what had happened in last session, which fully half of the session was character creation, world building, that kind of stuff. But some stuff actually happened. And we'll start with Tyler. Tyler, please tell us about your character.
All right, I'm playing Alan DeSell, who is a Kamasi, who has been here on Tatooine for closing in on 2 years. He is on the run from the Empire because of some information that he has about the destruction of his homeworld, that Palpatine was somehow involved, and this is enough to bring a death sentence on him. And so he had fled to the ass end of the galaxy, to Tatooine. And since then, he's made a living kind of working for the Hutt warlord here, pulling information out for him, because Alan is a brainer, and he has assuaged his conscience by saying that he prevents torture on poor people by getting information for this Hutt warlord straight from their minds. And he's made a bit of a friend in Mavra, who is one of our companions here. And I suppose I guess that's about it about him.
That's pretty great. Thank you so much. Next, Steve, please tell us about Mavra.
So I'm playing Mavra Tazas, who is a Togruta. She is a gun for hire, specifically a gun lugger. And she's worked for Timo up until recently, and she's been trying to get out. Unfortunately, her brother came to visit, and her cousin Zoshta came to visit, and he sort of got into some trouble, and finally, bought his freedom, but now we're trying to pay to get him off planet because he is not cut out for Moshuta.
No, I don't think he's a Moshuta kind of guy. Yeah, that's true. Next, we have Pavel. Please, Pavel, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Sutao. They go by the nickname of Rocks. Very few people know that they are a Zebrak under the mask, and they are faceless. They came over here to find some Sith treasure to sell it to those who rule the galaxy, actually, for some good money. Unfortunately, this mask mostly took over Rocks. They do what the mask demand, and they are right here in Moshuta to cause some chaos. But they have some friendly relationship with at least some people. Like they fought beside Mavra in trying to take down the one person who opposes Timo the Hutt. And they are sort of a friend with Alan as well. They work together on settling some moisture farmer rebellion over here. And they have been asked last time to take out some of the Gomorians that Timo hired. And in the process of doing it, they actually commandeered a speeder bike that they want, that they traded to Narlo to make them a speeder bike so that they can participate in some racing coming up soon.
Thank you very much, Pavel. I like the new angle, by the way. You look much more oppressive. I'm just gonna hang back here and tell other people to destroy other people. It's so dope. I love it.
Yeah, I put the mic on a table and not on the monitor, so it's a change of perspective.
Yeah, I like it. Last but not least, we have Lowell. Lowell, please tell us about your character.
So now we're blessed. I fix droids. I was raised by droids. It's a thing. Some droids are good. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes you gotta push them in a furnace. It's all good. Sometimes you have to work with Jawas. That's not that great. Jawas are kind of oily. Weird oil, not like machine oil, like a sticky oil. So yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
I don't know, but thank you so much. You have set up our opening event for the group so perfectly well, but we're actually going to do a bit of an interlude before we jump some time. We have a couple of things bookkeeping wise to do. The first one I'll do now, then we'll do our interlude, and then we'll do the other piece. The first one is, does anyone want new highlights? If anyone wants new highlights, say so, and then we will go through that. All right, cool.
I do as well.
As one person says it, we all do it. That's perfectly fine with me. So we will start with Tyler, and now I'm going to switch to use character names. Alan, please look on your sheet and see who you have the highest HX with, and tell them to highlight one of your stats.
I still have the highest HX with you, Nauru.
Yeah, let's see here. Well, I think I want to see you highlight. I think cool.
Oh, cool was highlighted last time for.
Oh, was it? I'm looking at my sheet. I'm not looking at his sheet. Is that cool with you?
I can live with that.
Okay.
I will be nice and highlight weird for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Mavra.
So my highest is with rocks.
Yeah. I want you to know what you're getting into. So highlight sharp.
Okay.
Nice. I think I highlighted hot for you last time, didn't I, Mavra?
You did.
It didn't work out well at all for me, so might as well highlight hard. Go for it. Next, we have rocks.
Alan, please highlight for me.
Oh, you're muted.
Let's see. Sorry. Why don't we go with sharp?
Highlight's weird for me as well.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we have Nauru.
So Rox is mine.
Yeah. Leave this mark in weird.
Okay.
I want to see some weird stuff happening. I hope to.
I can do that.
This is crazy, but I always have to have at least one person highlighted with hot.
I knew you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Magnificent bastard. Okay.
Hey, as a quick Roll20 note for anyone, you'll notice that your moves, there's only one line, so you can't always read it easily. You can actually, at the end of that text box, there's a little corner thing and a couple of lines. You can grab that and drag it down. It will only last for as long as you're kind of looking at right now. If you close the window for your character and come back, you'll have to redo it. But it's an easy way to get a kind of peek at your character sheet moves. In case you didn't know that, it's a thing I had to learn the hard way with the veil.
Yeah.
Another tip for Roll20: if you double click your like sheet name, it will like minimalize and be very transparent somewhere on the screen, and then you can double click to open it so that you can have multiple things just like on the screen minimalized.
That is so cool. Sorry. I never knew that. That is really dope. Oh
yeah,
man.
Yeah, Roll20 mastery. The same things if you if you go to the settings and then enable 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice, you will see some dice actually rolling on the screen, which is pretty cool. And not only yours.
The 3D, yeah, the 3D dice is pretty cool. I like that a lot.
Everyone who has it enabled will see everyone else who has it enabled.
I'm enabling it. Do you have to restart, or can you just click the button and it's good?
I think it should work right away.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So now we do our interlude and a reminder. So the game session, if you guys recall, we had an fight that broke out near the bazaar. So I'm going to quickly bring you guys to, I'm going to just share the map. So over here at the bazaar, which is around the water tower. Oh, you can't see. There we go. All right. So the bazaar here at the water tower is where there was a bit of a fight. There were several speeder bikes, all handled by Iktochi, which I had incorrectly described their species, but they're the ones with the giant horns that come down on either side of their faces. There was a female and 3 males. And one male was sent out to the bazaar and was asking around for Mavra. Mavra found out about that. And then a fight ended up breaking out. Rox helped out, as did Nauru, of all things, and Alan helped out. But no one knows that Alan did that, because he used this cool robot little droid flying around and messing with people, which was super clever. There was a bit of an explosion at Slagworks, and 2 of the Iktochi were dispatched. One hopped on her speeder bike, hopped over Slagworks and Diddy Mao, and she took off. And then one male disappeared in the bazaar, as far as everyone knows. But this is the interlude, because he ran into the holographic projection of Alan, and Alan said, "Come with me if you want to not die." Because I don't think it was really like if you want to live. And terrified of what was going down, and possibly he's run into Sith before, because hot damn did he go with Alan DeSalle. So we pick up, some time has passed, and this Iktochi is at your mercy at the place of your choosing, Alan DeSalle. Where, I mean, is this a thing where you would bring, like, I don't think you crap where you eat, right? So I don't imagine him at your cool flat that's right near the cantina. So what is the vista? What is the area that when we pick up in this scene, as some time has passed and you're having a conversation? What are you doing with this Iktochi right now?
Let's see. I'm probably going to try and take him over maybe to where Baba's Grill is, let's say. Do you see that? Just north of the bazaar.
Yeah, Baba's Grill right here. Absolutely. I see what you're talking about.
And I'm going to first off, when I had kind of, I'd given that projection, and then I had kind of strolled up behind him and kind of taken his elbow and had personally said, come with me, I have some questions for you. When I first touch him, I'd like to do a deep brain scan.
Oh,
Can
my.
I ask how does your cool glove look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. What is your wicked violation glove, which is hand high tech? What's it look like?
Part of me had in my mind, I almost wish it wasn't a thing, because, I kind of want that force element of I'm just coming over and scanning him. But I have a feeling that, to give it real reality in a physical form, I think probably it has a skin that goes over the top of my hand, black, and you can kind of see the circuitry through it. And then on the inside, it's bare, so that when I touch its hand, it's actual physical touch. But there's probably a bit of a light that you can see, probably that little bit of manifestation of the force running through the circuitry on the top. But as I touch him, I open his mind to me in the most pleasant and friendly way possible, because I'm a nice guy.
Right. That sounds very polite. It's not a violation of his mind at all. Deep brain scan. It's like, it's like a gentle caress. It's like a deep brain massage, right?
Exactly.
So you're escorting him to Baba's Grill. Baba's Grill, not a cantina, but of course they would sell some intoxicants as well. They have a little, I'd say they have like a few stacks of death sticks that you can get from behind the grill. Mostly they serve fried womp rat and some other and sundry foods. I'm kind of imagining the grill has a bit of people can order food and kind of stand around outside because it's the bazaar, and then there are tables on the inside as well. So as you're walking, you take his arm. He is just excited to not be shot.
Okay.
And he might even think that you're like a big boss or something, because, man, you are super casual about this. So with this deep brain scan you can do with touch, you need to roll plus weird. Why don't you do that?
Alrighty. And I'm maneuvering, trying to figure out, am I able to just hit the little die thing that's on my
sure
move?
Can.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then mark yourself some XP, don't forget.
Yes, thank you.
I just love the double clicky thing that Pavel pointed out. It's like, it's so dope.
Alright.
I think that's a mixed success for you.
Yeah, that will take it up to an 8.
Okay. With an 8, you get one question, if I recall. Let me double check. Yes, you hold one.
I hope 1. For what does your character crave forgiveness, and of whom?
So first of all, this guy you know from your read, his name is Eflin Fazan. He's the youngest Iktochi of this little gang.
Okay.
And you said, what do you want forgiveness for?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So two of you walk over. I imagine you continue contact. And he stands in front of Baba's Grill, not ordering anything, and you are able to sense his thoughts and his memories. And as you dive into that, you understand the person he wants forgiveness from is his mother, Tomei. Because as he became a gun for hire, like his two older brothers, that all she wanted for him was to seek some other life, that he could have attended some kind of academy, that he could have done something else with his life, but he really wanted to be with his brothers. He wanted to live up to what his father did. And so that is what he wants forgiveness for, is that here he is, the worst hired gun in the family now, probably dead. And that's the thing that's kind of holding his mind.
All right. I'm going to be very, gently move him over to a table and sort of motion for someone over at the grill to bring us a little food and drink. As I say, Ethelyn, my dear boy, I don't know if he's surprised that I know his name, but you seem to have gotten into a little bit of trouble here.
Yes. Are you? Do you work for Timo?
I have. Tell me, what was all of this about, young man?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. My brothers are dead.
I'm very sorry. Your mother will mourn that, I'm sure.
I guess. How did you know about my mother?
I know many things, Evelyn. That's not important. What's important now is that you go home to see her. Tell me, why were you searching for Mavra, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Mavra. Chonu, she sent me out to flush her, said she was somewhere near the bazaar. Said I could get extra credits if I found her, but then if she found me first, then I would be dead. I didn't know what else to do, and my brothers laughed, so I thought it was how you make it.
And why was she looking for Mavra?
There's a contract out on Mavra, and so we were all gonna make some credits. And also she said it was personal for her because she's a Vomdo.
This contract, who's put this out?
Daniil?
Daniil.
He's a Deveronian.
I see.
I haven't met him. I didn't take the contract. I just took the job.
So you don't know where you would have gone to see him should you have been successful?
Oh. I don't know, but I know where she is. Will
Really? Where were you to meet back with her?
If I tell you, can I go?
Young man, if you tell me, I will take you to the spaceport, buy you a ticket, and you can leave this horrible place. You just need to never come back.
Chonu is... She's near. She's just at Mos Espa.
Do I know where that is?
Yes, Mos Espa is actually not far. It is another, like there's Moshuta and Mos Espa, Mosentha. There's a bunch of the smaller villages that are all in the kind of northeast. If you think about Tatooine, they're in the actually northwest side, and then Mos Eisley is farther to the south. So it's actually a day's travel by Dubak. Not far at all for a speeder bike.
Cool. Eflin, you've done the right thing by helping me. Come along, lad. Let's get you away from here. Your mother has to be missing you. And I will escort him to the spaceport if he lets me, and drop a barter on him and buy him a ticket out of here.
I'm imagining that would one barter actually get you off Tatooine? That's an interesting question.
Or if it does, where would you go?
I'm less concerned on the where.
I think wood barter will get you on a crew, but you have to work your way out. Does that seem fair? Is that fair to everybody, or do you think that's too low price? You want to pose? Okay.
I imagine it's on something equivalent of a fishing vessel.
Yeah.
And he deserves to have to work a little. I mean, hell, he was naughty.
He was indeed. So, as a reminder, the information that you received is that Chonu, Vomda, and as a reminder also, because it's been a couple weeks, the Vomda are the Iktochi that the Vomda brothers are the Iktochi that Mavra dispatched for causing some trouble. Basically did that on a contract. And so Chonu Vomdu is on as can be found at Mos Espa.
Cool. And I see him on his way, and I'll probably then go try to find Mavra.
Nice. Cool. So I imagine you go to find Mavra and give her the heads up, because I wanted to skip a little bit of time. Awesome. Because I want to engage one of the mechanics of Apocalypse World 2nd Edition, which is lifestyle. So is the beginning of each session. Let me actually read the rule. So we're on the right. At the beginning of the session, spend 1 or 2 barter for your lifestyle. If you can't or won't, tell the MC and answer her questions. If you need jingle during a session, tell the MC you'd like to work a gig. So we'll start off with Alan, who's loaded. You spend 1 means you're good, 2 means you're living kind of in high.
I think it'll be 1.
All right, cool. Maintaining. Mavra, are you spending any?
I am spending 1, but I assume I'm also spending 1 for is my cousin his work enough to support a bare level of existence?
We'll say you can support a bare level of existence. In fact, he's doing pretty well because he started seeing Yana, who is the dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky him.
I know.
I think I do want to work a gig anyways, because after all, my future is basically dependent on getting my cousin off-world back to his actual, home.
I'm just going to say that you're actually going to have to pay for passage. That Vashtu has no marketable skills, as it were. So let's say that it's going to cost you
a ways away.
3 barter fare to actually get him there. Do you think it's a fair goal to actually have a number to put on it? That's what it's going to take to get him out. Does that feel good?
Yeah, that feels good.
All right, so 3 barter to get him off.
And that's why I'm, just constantly just a little bit behind, trying to, get him off world.
Awesome. Cool. Next is Rox. Are you spending 1 barter or 2?
Since I'm living in Shantytown, I think that's 1.
Yeah, you spend 2, and then all of a sudden be like, oh my gosh, that Yox guy's got so much barter. All the jingle. Let's go over to his house.
Yeah, I will just cash in on those Gomorrahs, and I will be spending 2 next time. So
sounds good. And last but not least, we have Naru. Are you spending 1 or 2 barter?
I got a gig. I got to put this freaking engine in that pod racer that Sutao wants so he can do some hot shot stuff. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to get my money off for that.
Oh, is Sutao then? Are you paying barter to? Are you paying for Nauru because she's doing this work?
You want your sweet pod racer?
Yeah. So let's work it out. So how do you want to play it?
I think you pay for me today, and if it works out and you dig the pod racer, then you can pay me another.
Do you have to barter?
Yeah. I'm now officially broke, but only now.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's actually cool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. So we've gotten all of that out of the way. Did you
have
something?
A beginning of session move.
Let's do that thing.
Hey, which is actually my weird. Here's a question for you. Do beginning of session moves trigger highlights?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm going to open my brain with the weird, which is actually the bone feel.
Nice.
I roll. And does it go through? Go check the thing. Did it pop through? Oh, forward help reference. I got a 9. So I get 1 hold. At any time, you or I can spend that to have me pop up somewhere with proper tools and knowledge.
Love it. Cool. So we have all of that work. Any other beginning of sessions? I don't think anybody else has any beginning of session. Awesome.
I have.
What? Awesome.
Scent of blood. I know.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I know where the big battles take place.
What? I said an 11?
Yeah, so I have 1 hold to appear at a real battle, not some intimate violence between a couple of people, and I take +1 forward now. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you take +1 forward now, and that's the thing we misapplied last session. That just means the +1 forward on your very next roll. That is awesome. So we begin the session. The first opening shot, the sun twin sun starting to rise, and off in the horizon we see the silhouette of a sand crawler. And I even have a cool looking sand crawler picture that I'm going to drop on you guys because I thought this is pretty dope looking. I'll make it as a drawing so I can make it look giganto. Not to scale, but darn, it's cool. There we go. So it is coming in from the west, and you guys are the first stop on as a sand crawler would come along. So just to give you a little bit of world kind of view, this isn't something I necessarily thought would be useful all the time in our Roll20, but just so you know. So Mos Espa is the northernmost of the Mos villages in the Mospik High Range. And then here's Jabba's palace, and Mos Eisley is way down here. And you guys in Mos Shuta are actually here. So this is the area. It's like right on the edge. And it's up here on a plateau, if you remember. So as we look at the fact that it's all on a plateau, the way the sandcrawler is going to work is down here at the electro gate. This is the long passage up. The sandcrawler just slowly trawls along. You know, it's several stories high, and it trawls along on the sand in the desert until it makes its way to the foot of Mos Shuta. It drops that huge front to be the gangway up in, and as people are coming down, passing through the electric gate in the early morning before it gets super duper hot. And yeah, so we pick up with Nauru and Jitters. Oh, you saw it, right? You saw it. It's good. it's gonna be good. This is a good clan.
Yeah, we'll go check it out. Let me. I could just leave this here. We'll come back and work on the pod racer some more. Yep.
Yeah,
let's go.
sure. Yeah, maybe they've got more parts. Listen, this is the Suluk clan.
God, what are those? I can't remember. Yeah, we'll go for it. I should be able to handle everything. That'd be fine.
You probably got. They probably want to offload some droids, so we'll do that. Look through, kind of.
So I'm guessing that you want something, right? That's you're hunting for something particular.
Yeah, I think so. You talked me into the whole eyes in the back of my head rotating thing, one or the other. So either eyes in the back of the head or just a 360 rotation.
Sure, we'll see if we can find some droids to strip their eyes out of. Okay, let's go.
Cool. So you guys will start heading down rocks. You are currently in Shantytown.
Mm-hmm.
When your mask speaks to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sutao.
Yes.
Go to the sand crawler. There is something I want. You will find it for me.
Of course.
Keep it away from the Kamasi.
I will go there right now.
Cool. All right. So in the morning, there's Vashta. There's Vashta. He wakes you up because there's a little bit of laughter as he's trying to escort Yana out, and they're doing that. No, you go. It's okay. No, you. It's gross because it's not adorable or as adorable as they think it is. But they're loud enough to wake you up. So how are you doing, Mavra, in the morning?
I think I was on the floor last night because for some reason I was generous. So, I'm getting up and, stretching, cracking my back, grumbling to make it known, like, get the hell out of my house for his date.
Nice. Yana says, hey, there's a sandcrawler on the way. It's great. You should come. And Zuster says, that sounds interesting. We should definitely go. Right? Mafra? I've heard it's dangerous. It's outside of Moshida, right? Oh no, they don't come up. They don't come up the path. So you have to go out.
No,
well,
but
Mafra, you'll take me.
Unsavory sorts.
Oh, well, you're unsavory, but you can protect me. I'll go. That's fine. Right?
We should go down. There could be work.
Oh. Work sounds excellent.
No.
Sounds like, haha. Work. Well, work for you. Okay, sure. I'll just clean. Do you notice how clean your flat looks?
Like, I don't know. From my position last night, I could see there was still sand under the chairs.
Yana laughs. There's sand everywhere. You can't get rid of it.
I wish I could. As I sort of, putting on, a couple pieces of armor, and there's, shaking sand out of them, as I, attach them.
Cool. So we will then check in with Alan. You gave Mavra the heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we want, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to like the information exchange. Is there anything you held back?
I held nothing back, but I would love kind of the because I like Mavra. You know, I really, probably my closest friend and one of the people that I trust most on the planet. So, and I also had, you know, we'd had a sort of thing of everybody else had come to help you, Mavra, and I wasn't there. So I did want to come and kind of show, you know, I was there for you all the same.
Why don't we have I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and move that into a scene? Because I mean, you haven't gotten to interface with a player character directly anyway. So maybe this is the moment when in the morning, let's say that you held on to your wonderful Eflin friend and you guys he took off in the morning and you swing by Mavra's as Mavra and Zoshta and Yana all come out of Mavra's flat. It's crowded. That's like a studio apartment kind of deal. So yeah, you come out, Mavra, and you see that Alan is down in the bazaar, but waiting for you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm sort of the last one out, and I, you know, of course, lock up the door and, you know, sort of take a position as we're walking by with Yana and Zoshta. Like, wait for me on the other side of the bazaar. I'll catch up in a minute. Don't go down on your own, Zoshta.
Got it. No problems. Yana and I will just look. They've got some nice weaver. She weaves. And Yana will give you...
I sort of roll my eyes and go to talk to Alan.
Yeah, Yana will give you a quick hug, Alan, but then she heads off with Zoshta and it will go away.
Hello, Mavra.
Alan, good to see you.
Good to see you. You had a little trouble yesterday.
Not much.
Some
people, you know, it seems everything I've done for Timo is coming to bite me in the end.
I took it upon myself to find out a little bit more about this. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. Did you find out anything?
Were you aware there's a contract out on your head, my friend?
No, I wasn't currently.
The young man who managed to escape, from your little squabble, I took the liberty of discussing the situation with him. It would seem that the leader of their little cadre had taken this contract on.
Who holds it?
I couldn't find that out, but I did find out where she had run to. Mos Espa.
Well, there's two ways to handle this kind of situation. Kill the person who's accepted it or kill the person who's given it.
It probably would behoove us to discover who has put this on your head. And of course, I would be more than willing to help you however I can. I am sorry that I couldn't be more directly involved, though I did try to assist how I could. And we've got I2 probably circling around my head.
Like, no, the information you found was good. I wasn't planning on taking them in a fair fight, which is why I drew them into the slag works in the first place. I'm actually surprised that Nauru and Rox decided to get involved.
Yes.
Especially Nauru.
I often wonder at the motivations of Rox, but it was good that they helped you. I would have been very upset had something happened to you. Where are you going now?
Zoshta and Yana want to go down to the Sandcrawler, and I thought there could be someone offering work.
Sandcrawler.
Care to join us?
Yes, I think that would be interesting. Yes.
Like, not much for the droids, but it does attract some clients.
And if possible, just because since reading it, I've been wanting to do it. Can I open my brain to the psychic maelstrom?
You certainly can.
To feel out this sandcrawler, or what the Force tells me about this.
Why don't you do that?
I was going to say, maybe as we're walking down the gangway.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Let's see. That just needs to be dice, I suppose. So.
When you open your brain to the world's psychic maelstrom, roll plus weird. On a hit, the MC tells you something new and interesting about the current situation and might ask you a question or two. Answer them. On a 10 plus, the MC gives you good detail. On a 7 to 9, the MC gives you an impression. If you already know all there is to know, the MC will tell you that.
That's an 8.
That is an 8. So go ahead and mark that XP because your weird's highlighted. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you walk through the bazaar, join up with Yana the Umbaran and Zoshta, the cousin of our wonderful gun lugger Mavra. And when you open your brain, is this a thing? So I'm curious, when Alan opens his brain, does he like stare into the sun? Does he stare off into somewhere? How does he do that? How does he?
I really liked how we had talked about the maelstrom, especially for me, is still the sound of the kind of the screams of Kamas being exploded. It's still in me, and I think it's more I hear the Force. When I open, I can hear these voices and constant, the babble of it, and occasionally things come through where it's trying to tell me something. So I imagine I'm just sort of distracted, moving forward, but sort of glassy, not seeing. And I may have even, like, if Mavra doesn't stop me, like kind of put my hand on her shoulder or her elbow to kind of lead me. It's not like I'm not reading you or anything, but just kind of moving along, opening myself up to the voices.
Cool. And you're thinking about the sandcrawler. So you got a 6 to 8. So it's I'll give you impressions. What you get as you first look down from Moshuta onto the sandcrawler is there is something there of power, and the voices that you hear are crying out in fear and anguish at this thing, this object.
Mavra, my friend, we should be careful. These Jawa have something that I doubt they fully understand.
Like, I doubt they understand much.
I sense a disturbance in the Force.
Like, okay. You should be careful where you say such things.
Yes, you're right, of course. I'll kind of have come back to myself as you say that and stride more purposefully behind you.
As I look around, make sure, no one overheard.
Nice. That is cool. That kind of stuff will get you killed around here. We pick up with the 4 of you among maybe 50, 60 other people as it's like a procession, right? And there's even a couple of different beings that are pushing food carts, right? They want to rush down there and try to set up so they can sell some food. The smell of rust just permeates this area and the sand crawler. It's that heady smell that kind of bites. Yes.
I just want to drop something in your lap here for your setup. I'm going to spend my hold to be on the crawler, like get in even as it's rolling up, so I can rummage through the junk.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, you're first on scene. You and Jitters got there before they even dropped the gangway, and you clambered up. The Suluk clan are like, oh, they're speaking in Jawa, but of course we have they all sound like Armin Shimmerman. No, you think you get a deal for being first? No. You must offer the best barter, the best jingle.
You Kif and Suluk. Well, we're all good. We're all good here. I just want to poke through here. Let's see what's going on, man.
Cool. And they've got crates worth of sprockets and gears and the like. And then there are some dim lights from the eye sockets and of different droids that are here. So they're going to start, leading droids down and pulling everything out.
So what I'm really looking for is some good eyes, and if you had any like scrap, like personal pleasure stimulators, I've got a special order on that. Something, you know what I mean? Either induction or physical. I'm good either way. So yeah, I'm asking for a friend.
When you go into a Hold's bustling market or a sandcrawler, looking for something particular to buy, and it's not obvious whether you should be able to just go buy one like that, roll sharp. On a 10 plus, yes, you can just go buy it like that. On a 7 to 9, the MC chooses one.
Okay, I'm going to roll sharp. It's going to ask me for forward. Partial.
All right, just barely with a 7. That is a sharp roll. I don't remember if you're highlighted on sharp. I don't think
you
are. Too bad. Okay, on a 7 to 9, and I'm using the barter move. So on a 7 to 9, I can choose. It costs 1 barter. It's not openly for sale, but you find someone who can lead you to someone selling it. It's not openly for sale, but you can find someone who sold it recently who may be able to introduce you to the previous buyer, or it's not available for sale, but you find something similar. Will it do? These are Jawa. So you're able to pick up oculars, no problem. You just got to strip it off of this old med droid. Yeah, it's no problem. I'm operable.
Looks like my restraining bolt's a little loose. Let's tighten that up.
Cool. Now, the pleasure device that you're looking for. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the Jawa saying, you find something similar, will it do? So the Suluk will say, we have a pleasure droid. It needs some buffing, probably too many rough edges, but the wiring is good. And, it's got all the programming you need for that kind of stuff. You seem to be into droids.
Not like that. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can make anything work.
Cool. So,
anything else sweet?
Oh, of course, sweet. Of course. What are you, crazy? And he picks up a crate.
I'll let him show me around the warehouses everybody's filing in.
Yeah, and if you guys remember the brief glimpses of sandcrawlers we got in the movies, right? It's just this kind of huge cavernous warehouse of stuff with all kinds of mishmash of droids and hookups and giant hoses to hook into things. They've, it's kind of halfway rigged together everything so that it all works together. It's an entire clan of Jawa that live in this place. So yeah, as you go through that, Jitters is walking through and he's pointing at like this one and that one. You're going to end up with a pleasure droid. It is actually from a core world. You're not sure how it got here, and it is currently powered down. It has a genderless appearance, and it is. It's in pretty rough shape. It's lost a leg, but it's made to look humanoid, and with enough work, if you could spruce it up, get the right parts, you could probably move this in a legit place for quite a bit of credits, but it's going to take some serious.
All right. Well, I'll be on that.
Cool. The rest of you all come down. The aforementioned food carts being set up. A bunch of droids are wheeled down, and of course they come down with all kinds of. They've set out some tables of blasters and other accoutrement. And Rox, you see that the Kamasi, the only Kamasi you know, is here as well. He's with Mavra and someone who looks like Mavra but isn't Mavra. I don't know if you know Zoshta at all. And a girl you recognize from the cantina, because you've worked there a few times before, so you might know Yana by name.
Yeah,
So,
I'm having a trouble getting. So who are the Kamasi? Because there are so many race names being dropped. I'm completely lost.
They're a little
What
like,
or who are the Kamasi?
I was gonna say, I think they're a little owl-like.
yeah, Alan's character is a Kamasi, the owl-headed character.
That's me.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. I was
Sorry
like
about that.
super confused. Cool.
That wasn't fair of me. I should have made sure that. It's Alan, the owl-headed character. He's the only
cool.
Kamasi you know.
I'm fuzzy.
That's got to be great with sand.
Yeah. I guess I'm standing there just so they're like opening shops to trade stuff with people. But what I'm looking for is probably somewhere else hidden, probably not out in the public. So I'm like standing there, and we maybe see like a view from my eyes through the mask as I'm just observing the sand crawler, and I'm like trying to feel. I'm like reaching out to this thing that the mask wants me to find, because it's like a one huge vehicle. Like, I need to know where it is, or at least get a sense of it.
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like you're opening your brain here? It sounds like that's where you're leaning, but you could also, if you felt this was a charged situation, we could have you read a sage.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it's charged yet. So
Not yet. Okay. Roll plus weird.
Oh, +1 forward. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for remembering that. So you rolled a 7 naturally. What's your weird?
1.
Okay. So you got an 8. First of all, I get to ask you a few questions. What does it look like when you open your brain? Is it a thing where you're conversing with a mask, or does the mask open your eyes to things? How does that work for you?
There are a few occasions. However, I think that in this occasion, instead of me looking for the mask and seeing the sandcrawler, it will be this like very blurry vision of me just being inside the crawler and seeing what I need to see, maybe even hear it. So just like through the mask, I will just not see what is directly in front of me, but just like observe like it was like a footage from a camera just in the room or watching something. So there are a few ways, but I imagine that this time it will be this one.
Cool. I like that. So you look into the sand crawler and you feel through the mask something powerful, and it is actually inside a completely broken down, probably completely scrap astromech droid. They're not even dragging it down for sale. It's just pretty much going to be used for parts. But it's hidden inside that astromech droid, and they haven't found it yet.
Mm-hmm. So I assume Jawas are not like letting people get into their crawlers.
They
It's
never let anyone onto the sand crawler. No one ever go. There's Naru up there. You see her.
up there, meaning like she's on the.
She's in the, like, you can see up the gangway into the thing. You see Naru, and you recognize Jitters, that droid that hangs around her. The two of them are kind of shifting around like they got some early access. By the way, there are a few Jawa who are having to deal with angry customers who don't get to go up onto the gangway. You weren't here early. What are we supposed to do? Sorry, get in line.
It's all good. I'm the Dwang for the Jawa. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the feeling. Is it like complicated to get inside, or is it not complicated to get inside? Because I'm not sure how it is over here.
A gigantic Wookiee-sized Zabrak in a scary mask doesn't have that much trouble as long as he doesn't legitimately hurt them and force them to try to fire their crazy blasters at you. You could probably bully your way on there. You want to try to do that?
Yeah, I will just like walk straight forward, walk through the ramp, walk inside, and start looking and start like moving stuff around to find the astromech droids.
Nice, cool. So you head towards, and it's, I'm imagining that when the gangway comes down, like the stairways are built in, it's those metal things like tunk, 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 tunk as you head up the stairs, and a couple of Jawa come out and they're like, whoa, it's down there, and they're pointing, and you see their little yellow eyes glowing in their hoods, and one of them has that, you remember the giant barrel, little tiny carbine blaster they have? He has it, but he's not aiming it directly at you. You're just walking, right? You haven't drawn a weapon or anything at this point.
No, my giant Vibrox, it's still. I imagine like Vibrox are not like polearms where in video games you just stuff them on your back. You probably have to like carry this. So it's in my hand, but it's not like, I'm going to slash you in a moment. So I suppose there is this Jawa, and I'm just like standing there with my Vibrox, and I just like look at him, look at my ex, and just say, move aside.
Ooh, I don't think you're actually going to hurt him except in defense, right?
I just want to get inside. If I have to hurt someone to get inside, I will. So
you tell me. If you're willing to follow through with hurting people, then I'll let you go aggro. But if you're just looking to like bluff them, then I would have you try to manipulate these guys to get on board.
This is like if I have to hurt them, I will. So this is like,
all right,
I'm getting
go
inside.
aggro. All right.
Yeah, this is like I'm getting inside. Either you step aside or I go through you.
Oh my. Yeah, he like drops this little gun. He's like, have a walk. Sure, it's a little tour. That's fine. And then when you step in, you see there's a Republic era droid. I don't know if you remember the guys who like would pop their one arm up and could fire, and he's activated but not aiming at you. But if a fight breaks out, they'll just let the droid take the hits. That's their plan.
Yeah, as I'm probably walking inside and I'm walking past Narlu, I'll just say, "Good morning, Narlu. Good to see you," and I will just proceed to move stuff around and just like
this isn't for me. It's for somebody else.
Yeah, and you see Rox just walk in and very purposefully move a bunch of junk aside. Like a carapace, a bunch of just pieces and parts, clatters to the ground off of a table, and then he picks up the chassis, like the round cylindrical chassis of an astromech droid.
Cool. So I like found it, yeah.
Yes, you have it.
Yeah, so I think it's like very awkward. I'm just like standing there holding this astromech droids.
Hey, what's that? Now he's picked something up. That's curious.
Yeah,
I'll go take a look at this thing.
Cool.
Narlo, please. This astromech, it's completely broken. It's not for you. I just need one thing from it, and then it's like tear off its head and start and try to find like whatever I need inside it.
Jitters goes, oh, that happened to a friend of mine. Oh.
You did that to a friend of yours.
Well, yes, but still horrific. The Jawas are like crowding around, like, what are you doing, friend? You need to pay for that if you're going to destroy it. That was a perfectly good working order. You saw that, right? Nauru was in good working order, and he just destroyed it, so you should probably buy it.
Is this an opportunity for me to use things speak?
It could. It certainly could.
I'm grabbing the stuff as he's tearing it away, and I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm trying to do my assessment here.
Awesome. Things speak. I think you roll plus weird.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I think that's another XP for you.
Yes, it is. Oh, psychic maelstrom.
Oh my! What did you wait? I see a 4. Oh, that's so delicious. So we're gonna cut away from the two of you guys and the astromech droid to the outside, and Yana says, "Oh, I really like the spices on this one." As she's, of course, gone over to the food truck type thing, and that pulls Zoshta over. I know you guys in chat had a quick discussion of some information that if you want to kind of share on screen, so we officially know that.
Yeah, I had personally not quite caught that Daniel Eflin had told me that Daniel, the Devorian that it's kind of Timo's guy against him, had been the one who put out the contract on Mavra. So I had definitely would have conveyed that to Mavra. So somewhere in there, I would have said that.
We still need to find Chonu, though.
Yes, I think that would be.
I have no idea what his current strength is, and she might know.
It would be best for us to get all the information we can.
Now, this is a little bit of a new tactic for Daniel, because he normally has actually hired Tusken Raiders, sand people.
Right, hiring Itoshi, and then also,
off-roller Itochi, if you guys remember. They're like their speeder bikes were from mid-rim.
And actually caring enough about them to, want payback for Timo's little excursion to exterminate them.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, you two.
Yeah, I'm looking around the the little ad hoc bazaar here. To see if there's anyone who needs work. I have my blaster carbine on. I'm obviously someone to not to be trifled with typically.
Nice. Cool.
So I'm looking for people who are, directing workers and, hiring people.
Just looking for somebody that looks like they're in charge. Right? Sweet. There is a Doug who is not from Moshuta. He arrived in a land speeder, and he has got a couple of Aqualish thugs who are driving him around. I don't know how, well, Mavra, you're not really native to Tatooine, but this is like the grandson of Sebulba. So he's kind of famous in like a Kardashian way in Tatooine. So he's here, and
they're wearing sunglasses, goggles.
Yes. Yeah, he's wearing sun goggles. It's like he's wearing white which is how you know he's noteworthy, because no one wears white in Tatooine unless you're noteworthy. But he's sitting in his little sandcrawler. He's sent off as Aqualish to go pick through stuff, and he's got a Twi'lek on a chain, male Twi'lek, but he's got a neck collar on, and then the chain. He doesn't pull on it. It's just one of those very obvious shows of power type deal. And you remember the Dugs? They're the ones that have this kind of longish snouts, and they walk on.
Yeah, they walk on their
walk on their forelimbs
hands.
kind of thing. Yeah.
So I'll just nod to Alan that I'm going over, and I'll walk over. What was the Dug's name again? I'm sorry.
Oh, we didn't actually give his name. I just said that he was the grandson of Sebulba, so we will call him Sebulba the Younger, because that sounds fun to me.
Sebulba, don't see you often here.
That's because Mashuta is not good. But sandcrawlers, deals, before they go on the long trek, that is good.
Looking at the Aqualish helpers, I'm like, doesn't look like you're traveling with much muscle nowadays. You're looking for anything to be protected or removed.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Mavra.
Too pretty to be wearing such bad armor.
Well, the armor fits. That's more important. But I could always use some cred to spruce it up.
There's a pod race coming. Yeah?
I sneer a little bit. There's always races.
Mos Espa Circuit. I want to make some money. I've got a new racer. Been teaching them all that my grandfather taught me. They're going to win. But there are some cheaters. Maybe you take one of the cheaters out for me.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, Crix. Crix thinks they are good. Crix is a cheater.
Do you want it done before or during?
Before. I don't want my racer to have to deal with that.
Himself, his pod, or both?
Himself. I don't care about the pod. To jingle when it's done.
I'll make sure he doesn't race.
Okay, Mavra. And he spits on his hand, holds it out.
Is that a common custom with them?
No.
I'll shake the hand.
Twi'lek giggles slightly, like perhaps that was some kind of joke, or you're not sure. But Sebulba the Younger is very serious about it. He says, Good. Okay. And he'll give you a comlink channel where you can communicate with him or one of his once the job's done.
I'll saunter back to Alan and the others.
Alan, you've been quiet. What have you been up to?
I've been, kind of casually moving through. I know something is here that shouldn't be. So I'm just sort of moving through the stalls, looking at what's there. And I probably sent I2 around to look as well, and maybe even see if I can get I2 to get a look inside the crawler, at least hover around the door and looking through. But haggling a little here and there just for appearances. I highly doubt there's much here that I need, but I am something has come to me that is wrong, and so I'm just trying to feel out if I can see what that might be.
Awesome. So as you expected, mostly junk here. Some things that could be cobbled together, some things that work well enough, gently used. And I'll have you, if you want to sneak in, get a view on this without I2 getting caught, I'd like to see you do that under fire. So once you roll with cool.
All right.
And if I remember correctly, isn't that highlighted for you?
It is highlighted for me.
All right. So don't forget to mark that XP.
It takes me up to 4. That gives me an 8.
All right. On an 8. With doing something that you flinch, hesitate, or stall, the MC can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. You get a view of what's going on if you want, and I2 will not be found out. But in order to do that, you have to reach out with your mind, and you will be caught up in what's coming to Nauru as she tries to figure out what things speak. Or you can be discovered and not get a good view of what's going on, but be safe.
I think I need to know what's going on. I think something's bad, so I better see what it is. So I'll be caught up, I suppose.
All right. Nauru and I2. As you pick through the astromech, a crystal pops out of one of the housings. This thing is ancient, like thousands of years old. This is an astromech from the days of the Old Republic. And this cherry red crystal is a kyber crystal. And the vision that the two of you share is the first thing you see is Rox. Except Rox doesn't have horns that protrude over the mask. Rox is shorter, a little broader. And there is a lightsaber. Glows an angry red. And you see Rox, or this mask with this lightsaber in dark robes, advancing on several sand people and eviscerating them. As some fire at him, he deflects their bolts back on some of the others, and then he just wades through them. What do you do?
Vong, 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 Vong. Nope. I throw it. Nope. Done.
Get that for me. Get it now, Rox. Now, Sutao, that is
Yeah,
ours.
Yeah, so you like drop the crystal on the floor, and I just like drop the astromech droids, and then just like grab the crystal, just look at it, and pocket it.
Oh, the Jawa are all like, "That's ours! That's ours! That's our crystal! That's our crystal! You have to pay for it! You have to pay for it!"
I am moving as quickly as I can out of here because I have a good sense of what might come next. I say, Jetter, time to leave.
Not leaving.
He doesn't have any money.
We get to run. Oh God! As soon as that happens. Yeah, so the Republic era droid, he's like training his gun on you. The other one with the little ion cannon thing, he flips a couple of nozzles. He's aiming at you as well, Sutao, Rocks. And we'll cut out to Mavra. You just got a general sense for these kind of things. There's some shit going down in there. There's some poodoo going down.
Yeah, do I see
Oh yeah.
Naru beating feet out of there?
Yes, you see Naru taking off and Jitters like carrying a
trailing
crate
around with a pleasure droid, and like
he's carrying the pleasure droid.
I think I want to read a situation because it's bound to be bad.
Cool. Why don't you roll plus sharp?
And you probably also see Alan sort of stagger a bit. Stop! As I recognize what that was.
Oh, you are so reading this sitch, sir.
I'm very much reading a sitch.
You've read so much sitch.
So, which enemy is the biggest threat?
Rocks.
That's usually not the response I get.
Well, he's as tall as a Wookiee. No, seriously, he's like the most dangerous single individual here.
Well, I think it depends which side are you on. Then the enemy.
It does, but I think you're pretty. You probably are the biggest threat still. What should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? So, if something starts off in the Sandcrawler, the whole clan is just gonna either run away or freak out and start fighting. Like, this could spill out. This could be a big mess.
You could say it's about to be a Sith storm.
Lowell gets 1 XP.
Ouch. I'm gonna say, what's my best escape route? Because I got, Yoshida here with me, and even Alan isn't one who's going to be able to get caught in this.
There's a pretty dope looking
Sand speeder.
Yes, it's a nice little land speeder over there.
Is it Sebulba's?
Yes. Why, yes, it is. It's a nice land speeder.
I was going to say, is Sebulba still in it?
Yes. Why, yes, he is.
But no Aqualish. Okay.
No Aqualish. No, he's like the male Twi'lek is like feeding him a little lime wedge. He's just chilling out. It's like, oh, that looks interesting.
Like
it's like a fight. It's crazy Jawa.
Yeah, I just say, sort of, stepping in front of, Yoshida and Yana, and I think Alan's a little bit away. Like, start making your way over to that land speeder. But don't ask questions. Just do it.
So she takes a bite of this little womp rat on a stick. Okay. And Yana will ask, is this a game? And then they will start making their way to the land speeder.
And I'll see if I can, get Alan's attention.
Cool. And Yana will say, oh, Sebulba younger. Ugh. Sorry. Cool. So you want to get Alan's attention? Yeah. Alan, I think you could catch Mavra.
Like, Alan, we should go.
Rox has found something that he should not be trifling with. Mavra, there is great danger.
Like, there's definitely great danger. Looks like Rox is about to start an altercation inside the sandcrawler, and all the Jawas will be swarming. We don't want to get caught in this.
As you say,
Let's move along. Let's move to the speeder. We can acquire it.
Yes.
We need to leave quickly.
Yes. I'll follow your lead.
Nice. So you guys are looking to speeder jack while we cut back to
Maybe
rocks.
I'm gonna sort of push the others to get in and just ignore Doug's Sebulba's complaints. But I'm not gonna get in until blasters, laser bolts start flying.
Okay, well, let's cut and see if that happens. The Jawa are all chittering to each other, and you hear things like Kyber crystal, power the whole sandcrawler.
Yeah, and then all the sound of them like chit-chatting just like goes quiet, and we see like Sutao just raise the crystal and just looks at it through the mask, and just speaks like to no one in particular, but we know that they are talking to the mask. It's like, I have it, master. What now? I'm like consulting my mask for advice.
Why, you should do that. Why don't you roll Norman?
Wow, that's the biggest amount of weird I have seen so far.
That is a 2 and a 5, a 7 plus 1 from your weird of an 8. Don't forget to mark an XP.
Yeah, it automatically calculates it. So.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, if you hover mouse on the 8, you will see that the dice roll is 2 and a 5, and then adds 1 from weird.
Oh no, I thought you said I'm sorry. I thought you were saying it was marking your XP for you, and I'd be like, holy crap, that's serious. That is some macroing. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it does have your +1. I have the 3D dice, so I wasn't in the.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cool. You seek the advice of your mask. Roll plus weird to see what it directs you to do on 10 mark experience, and take +1 forward on 7 to 9. Take +1 if you do what it wants and act under fire if you don't. It says, this is yours. Leave. If any of them get in your way, destroy them.
Yeah, so we see Sutao like pocket the crystal and just like heads for the like little Jawas toward the exit. And if anyone stops me, there's like the Vibrox gets like a boonk.
Oh shit. So yeah, Republic era droid will step over. Please stop. Please.
Yeah, I suppose we see like Sutao like power up the Vibrox and then do like a 360. There's like a turns completely around and just like takes the Imperial droid with like a 360 slash.
Okay, I think you are. I mean, yes, you are attacking this, but it feels like you're trying to like seize an exit by force, right? Or do you want to use oh yeah because you've never gotten to use it?
Yeah, I think it might be it might be more fun to use oh yeah than some battle moves.
Yeah.
Because...
So oh yeah, roll plus hard to smash your way through scenery to get away from something.
Yeah, I'm definitely
appropriate, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting away from the sand people. Oh yeah.
You're also doing what you were told. So did you add in your +1?
Nope, I did not. So it's a 10 actually.
It is a 10. That is lovely. Let me reread this. I think you are pretty good.
The scenery is moved or smashed, and you get what you want. So I suppose I'm just like not going through the normal exit because there is this like battle droids and some armored Jawas. We see some rumbling inside the sandcrawler, and then there's like a cockpit on like I don't know the second store, and we see just Sutao just like smash through the window and just like jump down to the sand, and then just like sprints back to the city.
Oh, that's wicked, man. Oh, that's so cool.
And the insides of the sandcrawler are like total mess, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's wicked. Cool. So with Vrox vaulting out of the sandcrawler, and this is like, I'm imagining it's like 30 feet up, right? Because
Yeah.
it's that long gangway. And so you've only hit the sand and you keep running. And I think this the boat will take our first bio break. Because that's just a cool little like, oh shit moment.
Can I ask if maybe this was one of those times, since I did have I2 up there, that I heard the mass speak to him?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that sounds good to me. I like that. Yeah, yeah. You heard it say, "This is ours. Leave.
I suppose
Destroy
you
anyone."
see Alan sort of shaking his head.
Cool. All right, we'll take a 5-minute break. See you guys in a few.
Cool.
Went downstairs to watch my son fly a TIE fighter. Having a good time.
What game?
Battlefront 2. He was on, I can't remember the name of the planet, but the planet in Last Jedi where they had their kind of last stand. And they had the white sand or salt, that would turn red. Pretty cute. Well, we could just pick back up and bring Rox in later because it's like he's with the group of you, and the three of you are the ones who are dealing with the fallout of Rox's decision. So they fire after him, and a bunch of Jawa come swarming down, and they're going to look for something to chase after Rox with. Turns out a land speeder looks like a really fast thing.
Oh, so I see him coming this way.
Yes, there's a bunch of the
I turn to Sababa. 2 credits, and you get to keep your speeder.
I'm sorry if I took too long. I'm back.
No, it's no problem. We just kind of picked up because Rox had run away, so they're dealing with the aftermath of Rox running away. So you tell Sebulba 2 credits, and you keep the speeder.
Like, because once those Jabas are done with it, there's not going to be anything left.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, I think you're
So
manipulating.
I'm trying to manipulate him, I guess.
I think so. Yeah, let's see you do it.
Of course, the only time I don't have it highlighted.
Oh,
At least I'm giving. At least they have leverage.
-1. Here we go.
Do you do help and do you do aid before or after a roll?
I usually technically I think it's supposed to be before. Are you definitely in to help out? Go ahead and roll it. As you roll the HX that you have with Mavra. If you get a 10, then you give Mavra a +2.
Otherwise, it's what, a +1, and
I got an 8.
Got an 8. All right, so that's a +1, and you are
in it.
Yeah, you're in it.
Luckily, I have an 8.
Nice. Nice.
So what does that mean?
Okay, on an 8, for manipulate
some concrete assurance.
Don't end up go. They need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. Let's say, I don't want a war with the Sula clan. Just get me out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
I hop in and punch it.
Nice. I think you need to act under fire. Alan, are you there?
I think I had pushed or directed those 3 to get into the vehicle with the.
I think so too.
Complaining Doug.
But this roll may tell you if they all do.
Well, I think I'm going into the city.
Okay.
And I think in this case, I do get to use the forward from my Rita Sitch.
Oh, definitely.
It said that this was my best escape route.
Yes, absolutely. Take that. That is a great. Is that a 9?
So that's a 9.
It's a 9. So on a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. DMC can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, an ugly choice. Who do you leave behind? Is it Yana? Is it Zoshta? Is it Alan? Or is it Sebulba, the younger?
There's also the Twi'lek.
No, I'm not giving you that choice. It's too easy. He's a package deal. If Sebulba doesn't make it, guess what? He yanks on the chain.
Yana, I think they were sitting on the back of the speeder, sort of like on the back seat of, like a convertible. And Yana and Yoshida both, sort of like, as I set the speeder to, max throttle, they both rock back and lose their balance. And, I just managed to, stop for a second, and I grab Yoshida, and pull him in, but Yana rolls off the back.
Nice. You take off like a bat out of hell, heading up the pathway towards the electric gates, and we'll cut down to our good friend Nauru. Nauru, all heck is broken loose here. What are you doing?
Where do I pay? I want to fade into the crowd, with the pleasure droid, like, oh, I'm just a customer. Oh, look at this. Oh, I can't believe what's happening.
Nice. Are you looking to you let off with where do I pay? So I imagine you're actually paying for the stuff.
I will drop a barter to cover my ass, so I have a receipt. So I have the receipts for this, and get the pleasure droid, and hopefully all of that will assist in them not going, hey, that's the chick who had that right before the guy ran away.
Yep. And so I think you're trying to manipulate your way out of this. We're going to use the barter move. When you give one barter to someone with strings attached, which is just ignore me, it counts as manipulating them and hitting the roll with a 10+, no leverage roll required. So because you spent a barter, the female Jawa that you pay for the stuff that you got is like, have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
And
hey, Yana.
Yana's like,
you okay?
I think I hurt my. They left me.
You need a ride back?
Yes, please.
Come on.
Because I try not to be out during the sun, because
your fair and delicate skin. Yeah, it's like porcelain.
Thank you. You're very nice to say that.
Yeah. Help me get this pleasure droid into the land speeder.
She takes a moment to try to think of some way to compliment you back and just can't. So
it's not worth it. Don't even try.
Yeah, she'll lift the pleasure droid. She's like, oh, wow. This is a really good model.
Yeah, get it cleaned up. It'll sell.
Oh,
I'll lean in, maybe even try it out.
She smiles at that. And Jitter's just like, your organics are gross.
Hey, I got you eyes. Let's go.
He holds up the eyes. I know. I see that.
Oh, thank you. Droid frickin' humor. I cannot stand it. Arf that. We'll go. Yeah, my land speeder is not fast.
Yeah, that's why the Jawas are like, 2 land speeders, that one.
Yeah. Mine also has booby traps. They probably can guess that.
Yeah.
Has big do not touch signs written on the outside.
Nice. Cool. So you guys can make your way back to Mos Shuda. We pick up with Rocks. Did you go back to Shantytown, or where did you end up at?
I'm looking back before as I'm getting in through the electro gates. I look back on the mayhem. Is there any mayhem? How are the Jawas reacting?
Oh, they're chasing you. They failed to get a land speeder, and so they're just. Here's the question: if you wanted to run out and do kind of a large swing around Mos Shuda, you can make it to your place in Shantytown just by doing climbs onto those plateaus. But if you wanted to head up towards the Electro Gate, you could do that. You're going to get passed by land speeders.
I don't really get what she's just said.
Okay, cool. Let me go to the map and try to make a little bit more sense.
So you are saying that I can climb to my home from the ground, or I can go to Electro Gates?
You can. So they're down here, right? Here. You could, if you wanted to just run, you could run here and make your way up to the Shantytown because they're lower. They're lower plateaus. And so you can make your way up because really there's no easy connection. If you wanted to try to run up the long path to get to the Electro Gates, you're welcome to do that. And there are tons of places to hide here, but then you've got to actually pass through the Electro Gate, which has guards.
Does it seem like a problem to me to pass through the Electro Gates?
I mean, they know you, but they're also going to say, "Oh yeah, Rox came this way and he went this way." And then, as long as you're out of sight, they have no more information to give. The other thing is that you're going to have two land speeders. One land speeder is definitely going to be able to catch up and pass you because you're running on foot, and that land speeder would be the one that Mavra has commandeered.
Yeah. As long like I'm just looking back if the Jawas are not using the land speeders and if they are pursuing me on the foot, I'm just like running to the electro gates because it seems way closer than running all the way on the bottom and then climbing up. So I have no problem with using electro gates, and just land speeder can go first. So no problem.
That sounds awesome.
I pause. And I'm like, I don't care, get in.
Yeah, I like just like grab and just like hop over to the land speeder, and then just.
I imagine, Rox, just plopping down right next to Alan, as I continue on into the city.
Oh, that's so perfect. Zashta leans. He clambers up and he goes to Mavra. Mavra, this guy looks a little shady. Are you sure about this?
He's had my back before, or they've had my back before. I'll take the chance.
Yeah, and I just say, "Oh, thank you, Mavra, and good morning, Alan. Haven't seen you in all the chaos that went down."
Good morning, Rox.
The Kamasi will take it from us. Do not allow the Kamasi to touch you.
Yeah, you might be like saying Alan, that like Rox observes you very carefully, but yeah, and then just like waits for the speeder to get into the city.
Cool. You guys are stopped at the electro gates, and then Sebulba is like, he throws a few credits towards the Gamorrean guard, and then you guys zip on through, and then you are there. Sebulba is like, good work. Get out.
And before I get out, I'm like, anything else? And I sort of, reach back with my hand out.
And he gives you 2 barter.
And I park it, maybe, like near the medical center, like this way it's out of sight if they if they make it past the Gamorreans.
I'm just trying to get a viewpoint. Medical center.
Mid north.
Mid-north. Yep. Okay. Oh, wow. So you like zipped through, you headed straight past the junk shop and then ended up near spaceport control. Yep. Okay, cool. I mean, it's a land speeder, so it's...
Make sure it's out of sight,
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, not far from the bazaar in your home. And yeah, he will... Sebulba and his little Twi'lek assistant will have to take the land speeder out themselves, but they'll probably not worry about that right this minute. Cool. So, Alan, Rox is right there, and you can feel that thing.
Rox, you appear to have caused a bit of a ruckus back there. Was it worth it?
I don't know, but I had to get it. And Jawas, 1 cent crawler, 2 cent crawlers. Who cares? This one will go and another one will come.
I think you found something dangerous.
Actually, I haven't found anything. They just were very rude to me.
Really? It is always a shame to see a noble spirit dirty itself with deceit.
I was just thinking maybe we can talk a little bit in private. On like everyone's watching over here. There are some bystanders.
I would be happy to speak with you.
Cool. Let's hit the cantina. Let's grab some juice and. Or was it like a blue milk or something?
Certainly, Rox. Lead the way.
Cool.
See you later, Mavra.
I just shake my head. I'm like, there's always something around Moshuta. And I sort of grab, Yoshida and like, we're getting you out of here.
Sure, cuz that sounds great. But I'd really like to bring Yana with me. She would really enjoy our homeworld. So do you think maybe we could raise a little extra to get her off too?
Like I visibly shudder, like every day you're here, you risk death. Yet you want to stay longer.
I really kind of like her.
Did your time with Timo not teach you anything?
Well,
I have the cred now to get you off planet. Back to Sheely.
Right.
You need to take this opportunity.
Cuz, what if she's the one?
Like, there's always another one. And I am trying to manipulate him to take action.
Okay. All right. Well, you've got leverage, which is I now have the money to get you. I have the credits to get you home. It's a 7, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. 7 and 9, they'll go along with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first, he says. They've already left today. There's a ship leaving tomorrow. Maybe Yana's got some money. Maybe she'll raise it one day tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow.
One day tomorrow. But we're buying your ticket today.
Okay.
I have one extra, barter right now. I'll see if I can come up with the rest. And I will drop him off at our flat as I go to purchase him a ticket.
Nice. There is no problems with purchasing a ticket with legit money because what was given to you are Imperial credits. Sebulba uses Imperial credits when he paid you. They spend good. Now, what we'll move away from you in just a moment, but as you are at Spaceport Control, purchasing passage out of Mos Shuta, there is an arrival. It is an Imperial troop transport. And it is, they're directing it to come in at Landing Bay Besh. So, yeah, you get that bit of information that they're
when I see that, I mutter, I'm like, just what this place needs.
Yeah.
And I will exit, and I will be headed towards the cantina because that's probably where I can find out information about pod racers.
Cool. Is it okay if Nalru, you're delivering Yana to the cantina about the same time that Rox and
Well, I've
Alan?
got another plan, if you
got
don't
another
mind.
plan? Okay. What's your plan? No.
So my plan is to go back to the rental garage where I've got the pod. I'm taking Yana with me to get done that Rox's pod as fast as possible so I can get out of my hands and so I don't get tangled up in the crazy shit that's about to go down with him. And I'm also probably saying, Yana, that DeSalle creep you're with, he ain't got money. This parasite living off his brother, you gotta hang with somebody that actually has a job.
Rich is a little confused. Who people are you're talking to Yana?
Yeah, I'm working on the bike. I haven't dropped Yana off, and I'm talking to her and talking down her boyfriend.
Oh, so he's talking to Zoshta. Okay, that's where I got a little confused. So you're talking to Zoshta, the cousin of Mavra. She
talking about him.
Yeah, gotcha. I just you said DeSalle, so I got confused.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I was using his last name because I can't remember his first name.
I had forgotten that was his last name. That's why I was
actually Alan's last name is DeSalle. Mine is Taza's.
Okay, sorry, I got that backwards. I was looking at the wrong one.
Fine.
Thank you.
Dang it. A thorn in the making. I need to come up with a better sheet of names and stuff. That's the one thing you lose in Roll20 that I love about the character.
I do handouts and do text handouts there.
Good call. Good call. So she says, he's just not a Tatooine kind of guy. It's okay. And she's sitting on a table and she's a little short for the table, so she just kicks her feet a little bit.
Look, you're a dancer. I know how it works. You get a good mark, but that mark's going to be tapped out pretty quick.
She looks up like, oh, you caught me. Listen, Mavra is working hard to get him off planet. I figure I can get off too.
So to speak.
Says the girl with a pleasure droid.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, when he leaves you at the curb, you can come back, check in with me.
I'll keep working at the cantina. I don't what for where for with this stuff.
Fair enough. Gotta take my opportunities when they pop up.
Do you need an assistant? I thought you had that thing. And you're just like, hey, I have feelings.
Oh, no, he's not my assistant. No, I was thinking, and I'll kind of lean in, something of a more intimate nature.
Why don't you go ahead and roll
horrible
seduction?
Blue milk breath, that kind of thing?
Yeah, why don't you roll seduction there?
Okay. Let's see.
Gave her a ride, been nice to her.
An 8?
An 8. Can we get the droid working?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. And I'll certainly close that scene.
Yeah, you'll close that scene. But I am curious. So first of all, you have Savvyhead has a sex move, so we'll need to talk through that. But is this a thing where?
Here's what I know. I owe Mavra. This chick is a weight around Mavra's neck. And it is my goal to remove that so that Mavra maybe doesn't hate me quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
So this is me doing this to try and leverage it with Mavra later.
Okay, cool. I'm
being awful.
Is there affection here? Is this affection, or are you just trying to get access because you know what you can do once you are intimate with someone?
Well, I was raised by droids, so I don't think there's any kind of affection in what happens here.
So she's mostly having fun with the droid.
Yep.
Okay. Savvy had special. If you and another character has sex, they automatically speak to you as though they were a thing, and you rolled a 10 plus on things speak. 10 plus gives you 3 questions.
All right. Well, I know who handled this last before me.
Hey.
I will know. I want to know if she has been two-timing him.
Yes. Trask is the last person to have handled her.
Okay. How do I? Oh God.
You need some time to think about it. We can jump.
No, you know what?
Okay.
All I needed to know was with certainty that she was two-timing him to maybe ease the tiny little sliver of conscience that I had left. And so I'm good with that.
Okay. You just keep those other questions. You're not worried about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are some weird questions. Who made this?
For this one, yes.
Awesome.
But I'm hoping that I put this in play and eventually I can get around to Mavra and have a chat with him.
Okay. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Let's cut to the cantina. We have some Bish music, little synth jazz going on as the 3 of you are around the table. Say we got a booth. Get a cool booth, right? And no dancer here today. Unfortunately, Trask apologizes.
No, Rox really wanted to be private with.
Okay. Okay, cool.
With Alan. So since I do like bodyguard work, I probably like take Alan to the VIP room in the back, which is probably at the moment not occupied.
Sorry, I just had a flashback to our Game of the Hood in the VIP room there. Where a lot of bad shit went down. Cool. So, Alan, are you going back into the dark VIP room?
No. It's a VIP room. It's like there's like a pole for the dancer to dance. It's like a legit VIP room, not like some nasty interrogation room.
Well, that's a comfort.
We'll say that there's like a hollow dancer there. You can kind of flip through. They just added 2 new options for species and gender. Well, you know, as it is, because Yana doesn't work in the back room anymore. So it's just the two of you gentle beings there in the room. I don't know. Is the hollow on, Alan, or is it off?
Let's have it off.
Okay.
This sounds more serious than having a dancer going along behind us.
Awesome.
I
have some synth wave playing in the background there as the 2 of you. It's all like the synth wave style is very like Blade Runner-y style music playing in the background for the 2 of you. It's a little dim, but there's still sunlight that kind of peeks in at certain points. You do.
I will move over and take a seat, not, acting in any way like I'm absolutely terrified, which I sort of am.
Yeah. I suppose Rox sits on the opposite side of the table. They were informed not to be in your touch range, and they sit heavily on a chair, and they say, "So I've heard that you know how to manipulate it, how to use it to serve you, and not succumb to its power. Is that true?"
No one can manipulate it. One only will serve something like this, Rox. It will build up your anger. It will turn it to hate, and it will devour you.
I'm talking more broadly than. I'm talking more broadly. So I've heard that you know how to get stuff done for Timo, the way you helped last time.
Yes.
The way you know things maybe it has something to do with this little thing flying over here. So can you really command it, bend it to your will? And I know that Sutao talks like very general, but they mean the Force in general.
Oh, okay.
So, but they are talking in about it in a way, but I think it should be like very obvious to you that they are talking about the Force in general.
I have experience, yes, but I'm worried for you, Rox.
Why you are worried about it? About me?
I fear that you're walking a very dark path. It will not go well for you.
You see Rox like nodding. Maybe there's like a moment of consciousness. Maybe you see they're like true eyes through the mask, and you see that there are true eyes behind it, and that sometimes there is a moment of conscious when they are not servant to the mask, and they say, "I need you to teach me how to control it, and not always be controlled by it."
I will teach you what I can. I want to help you, but it won't be easy. And I know you hear whispers that are taking you away from the light. You will need to listen to me more than the whispers.
You can see that they try to say something, but they just like nod and then nod this way and then nod that way, and then say, "You have to teach me how to not be slave to it first."
I can do that. And I would like to, if possible, Rich, can I do a direct brain whisper to the mask?
Let's see. Well, you're just trying to go aggro on something, so the victim has to be able to see you. I don't see why that can't. It obviously has some kind of intellect and personality. Yes.
Okay. I think across as I'm seeing this, I won't let you turn him to the dark side. I will help him, and you will let me. Oh, but probably it won't. That's a 6, unless maybe Rox is helping me a little here.
Yeah, I can't help if I'm not aware of you doing this.
Would Rox help? That's the question. Against your own mask, and you I don't know.
Yeah, he is seeking help over here, and Musk can certainly feel it. So I'm not sure if this is like a direct help, but me just being there, being like open and asking for help.
Okay. Roll HX with Alan.
Yes, it's not like a direct help, like I'm talking to the mask as well to go the hell away. It's just like me being completely open and wanting Alan help.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow, it pushes it right to 7. Okay, so when you go aggro on someone, make it clear what you want them to do and what you'll do to them.
I wanted to let me help him. I wanted that was what I was saying. I want you to let me teach him. And I suppose if he doesn't, I won't. I'll walk away.
Okay.
If I'm allowed.
Right. Okay, so then on a 7 to 9, they can either force your hand and suck it up, cave and do what you want, or get the hell out of your way, barricade themselves securely in, give you something they think you want, or tell you what you want to hear and back off calmly, hands where you can see. You hear the mask, both of you, but anyone outside of this room would not. My soul was taken from me. Rocks wishes power, which I can give. Find me another, and I will leave rocks to you. But the mask and the crystal are me. Do you understand, Kamasi?
I understand. Rocks, I will teach you.
That's insane.
That's
insane?
insane.
Cool. All right. Well, let's catch up with Mavra. Mavra, you were headed to the cantina? Where were you headed after you?
I was headed to the cantina to find out, you know, I have a chance to make a little bit more money if I can, you know, knock out this pod racer, or at least make sure he is in no condition to race.
Okay.
And, you know, Saboba didn't say, you know, that deal was off, so it's still on.
It is still on. You certainly hope that he can afford it. But surely he can. Surely he can. All right, so then you head in. Trask is there. He says, "Hey, where's Yana? She's been with your no-account cousin who doesn't tip."
I sort of, yeah, that's true. She was down at the Sandcrawler. She should be back soon.
Oh, she loves those sand crawlers. Always thinks you're going to get a deal. This stuff never works. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. You want a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster? Huh?
Can I Tabraki?
Yeah, all right. Hold on. Lucky I keep that in stock. Goes down. He makes you a little drink. It says, so you see Yana, you tell her she needs to get to work. I'm having to use hollow dancers. They are not.
Yeah, I look back. I'm like, nope, not the same.
Nope.
You get a lot of pod racers in here, don't you?
Come see, come sa. You know, sometimes, yeah. I mean,
you know one named Crix?
Crix. That's yeah, I know Crix, but he goes mostly in Mosentha. There's a canteen over there too. Cousin of mine runs it. You know, cousins, right?
I roll my eyes. I'm like, yep, just closely enough related that you have to help him.
Yeah. Gave him his first loan. Has he paid me back? No.
I was gonna say
I could take over
the second part of it.
Right.
Once you give him money.
Drain on the funds and you can't have sex with them is the worst.
I give him a look like never mind. Like, thanks. I'll check for him there.
Have a seat, you know. Drink a few more. You make us all feel safe.
Is there much away in the clientele right now?
Few. Not much, you know. because a lot of people are down with the sand crawler. So he's trying to hang on to any customers he has.
Like, I don't know, Trask. Oh shoot, that's starting to wear on me.
Don't leave. I mean, you're one of the best customers I have. Nice to talk to, nice to look at. No one messes with you, so nothing gets shot up.
I don't know. I smell war brewing between Timo and that other Devronian. Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, it's been coming. It's been coming for a long time.
Like, that one's employing you heard about that problem with the Toshi the other day, right?
Yeah, I heard about that. You were in that?
I was sort of in it. Appears they took a contract from Daniel to take me out after I got in the way of some of his mercenaries.
Really?
Like, I mean, that means he's hired quite a number of them. And they were fairly well armed. I mean, I don't think he would try and storm Moshuta, but I mean, you never know. I mean, you guys are a crafty bunch.
Yeah. Hey, Nid! He calls across the cantina, and there's a human who's maybe in his late 50s, looks up, kind of seems kind of hazy. He's got a cybernetic eye. Come here. And the guy gets up. He's got a blaster carbine that's slung around, like he has a shoulder strap for it, and he just kind of keeps it hanging. And he comes up. He's a bounty hunter.
Mine's leaning against the bar, so.
It's Mavra here. Got any bounties out on her? He looks down at his little thing. It pops up, a little wrist display. See, he kind of pops through. Huh. Yeah. Not much. Not really worth it. Especially not all the hell that I get for it. But if somebody took her out, I'd double pump her and take the credits. No offense.
Gotta work.
That's when Trask says, well, if you want to go, I understand.
Mm-mm. Like, I'm pretty sure no one around here, Trask, would consider it and put holes in your fine establishment.
Okay. Probably not. Seeing as how Nid didn't shoot at you, so you must. I don't know. Well, you've worked for me before.
Like, it knows it wouldn't go down without a fight.
Right.
And if I even heard a whisper that he was coming, well.
Nid puts a hand on your shoulder plate and says, what did you do, honey?
Took out some Doshi that work for Daniel. On Timo's orders, of course.
Why would he go through a bounty rather than just send some? Well, you must think you're not leaving Moshuta.
Like, I don't know. You don't happen to know where to find him, do you?
course I do.
I reach into my, my underneath my armor, put a credit on the bar, put a barter on the bar, credits. Like, tell me where and how to get in. I'll take care of the rest.
He reaches down, puts his hand on the crez, slides his hand to the back of your neck, just like a friendly gesture, not like he's trying to squeeze you or anything. And he says, "This is awfully valuable stuff."
Like, you either have nothing to worry about or nothing to fear from reprisal.
I don't think you're listening, Mavra. I'm saying it's been a long time. And if you're going to go off and get yourself killed, well, why not this and a little fun? For me, at least.
Like, you can sort of see, across the eyes, like, a human, and just, as he sort of, as I sort of look, him up and down.
Got hair. Ugh, gross.
Like, why not?
Nice.
Hutt knows that I haven't been getting any yet. With my cousin sleeping in my bed with the dancer half the time.
Yeah. Come on. I've got a flat over here. And as you're
I reach on the bar, finish the whiskey and slam it down and walk out.
Cool. As you're walking out of the cantina, the door to the VIP room opens up and Alan comes out. Alan, you see your friend Mavra, and she's with a bounty hunter.
That's not good. I'm going to. Does she look like she's in trouble? Does she look confident?
I don't know. How does she look?
Um,
Resigned?
Yeah, I don't know about resigned, but like at ease. Rifles, just slung on her shoulder, or the carbine, and maybe there's even like a touch on his back as he walks in front of me to lead us out.
Well, I'm comforted that you're still armed. I'll look over,
and like the touch on his back is like on the small of the back, like like a intimate gesture.
I like that less. I'll look over at Rox. Do you think our friend is in trouble?
Rock just. So I suppose that they just like moved past us, and they just say,
Yeah.
Nah.
I'll give a frown, but I won't go over. I don't think. I'm not going to go over there and say, hey, what you messing with my bitch for or anything.
Just one more thing I need to do, Alan, and I'll be available for teaching.
We will begin lessons, yes, very soon. I think we will need somewhere quieter than this town.
Well, if we are moving out, then I definitely need to do this job to get some jingle to buy some supplies if we are moving out.
Should I go with you?
Probably not. You probably don't want to get blood on you for.
You're probably right. And I probably have said I too to follow my friend, that guy. I think I'm not willing to go up to confront, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this.
Okay, cool. I'm going to jump over to Nauru. You have your time with Yana, and she'll head back to work. You wanted to find Mavra, right? With the information
Yeah,
you
I want to
had?
find Mavra.
Cool. Maybe you find Mavra as she's coming out of her excursion with Nid, the bounty hunter, and she's near the cantina. He actually is like next door neighbor to Alan. They both have flats that are right by the cantina. It's like Three's Company, but different.
Which one's Mr. Roper?
that's obviously Trask.
Mavra. Hands open. Got a stick?
Yeah, I got some time.
So you probably already know this, but his cousin's bit on the side there. She's also sleeping with Trask.
I shrug. Like, it doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm in case you wanted to see about cutting her loose from your cousin. He'd have no qualms about that. She just wants your money to get off world. Via him.
He's naive enough not to believe me, even if I tell him. And sure, I'd love to. I would love for it to not be burdened.
What about video proof? Something like that.
Couldn't refute it then.
Okay, here you go.
Like, you just happen to have this?
Yeah, but it's not with Trask.
Like, okay. And then, I pocket it. I'm like,
hey, I'm just trying to help you. Trying to even our slate. I tried to help you out when that fight went down. So,
yeah, that didn't end up going so well, did it?
That was kind of messy.
Is this your awkward form of apology?
Yeah.
If so, accepted.
Okay. You haven't seen Rocks, have you? I look kind of a little nervous.
I look back towards the cantina. I'm like, him and Alan were up to, or sorry, them and Alan were up to something in the cantina.
Okay.
I can't imagine they have much to talk about, but
I'd be real careful about Rocks.
Why? They seemed fine when I picked them up. Well, I mean, sure, there was the incident down at the Sandcrawler, but
that's what I'm
they
talking
seem to be
about.
They seem to be acting normal when we came in.
Pretty sure Rocks picked up something pretty dangerous in the crawler.
Alan insinuated as much.
Okay, if he's aware, then I don't need to say anything.
Rocks handles dangerous stuff all the time. I mean, have you seen them with that axe?
I have.
Are you really?
That's primarily the reason I ran.
Are you really concerned that, they have a weapon that they can't handle?
No, I'm more concerned that he decides to wipe out all the people that know about him having this thing. I think that is a significant possibility in the future.
Why? I mean, I've fought shoulder to shoulder with them on more than one occasion. Odd, yes, but
because I don't think Rox wants this thing. I think that stupid mask he wears wants this thing.
You say it like the mask is a person. It's just their cover.
Nope. You keep an eye out around him. Keep an eye how Alan acts around him. He knows all this weird hocusy-pocusy crazy stuff. Just be careful.
I really think you're getting upset over nothing.
Hey, I would love to be getting upset over nothing. But in my experience, that never happens. I get upset, and it's something. Anyway, I got to find Rox to give him these keys so I can get out of his out of the commercial arrangement with him.
Like, I can't tell if this is you actually caring or about someone else, or are you just caring about yourself?
Oh wow, shit, yeah. I guess I was. That's weird.
See, now you're concerning me.
Yeah. Ugh, man, I need a drink. All right, well, I've done my fair share. I hope you can get your brother peeled off from that leech. Your cousin. Brother, cousin, you know.
I know. That's okay. All humans look alike to me, too. And now, I wander off back towards my flat.
If you don't have your number stamped on your side, I don't know how to tell you guys apart.
That's wicked. Cool. Because we know that Roxy is not going to be here for next session.
Nor am I.
That's right.
What?
Oh, so that's going to be perfect for them to go out into the desert.
That's what I was thinking too. But yes, for some reason, when I signed up for everything, I completely missed that there was that session and just didn't click it.
Okay, so question though, would you be available?
Well, yeah, I would, but
I'll grandfather you in.
Are you sure?
Well, we'll talk after, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then, yeah, I'm certainly available.
I just thought that was a thing where you're like, oh, I couldn't get off for that Saturday, so I didn't.
Nope, that fourth one just slipped my mind.
Huh. Okay, cool. All right, well, so then I know Pavel has a thing, so we're going to work Rox out of the equation for a session.
I was going to say, it's actually, our third session would be next week.
Right. Third session and fourth session is in those weeks. I'd like to end, if you don't mind, I'd like kind of to end it with first, I2 gets hit with an ion blast.
Oh, no.
And then as Rox is walking along Shantytown, 4 Jawa pop out and hit you with stun blasters. And they're like all 4 shoot you with stun blasters. And then Rox is being dragged off.
Oh man, that's not good. He'll make you sterile if they hit you with all of those.
So is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody have any last scenes? Because it really felt like we were headed towards the end scene, kind of in session with a lot of folks. But I wanted to check if I'm skipping over anything people definitely want to do.
I think I just want, because I think it would be better, handled sort of off screen for most of it. But, maybe Robert getting home and, Zosha's sitting at the table and I just, I put down the hollow disc and, I just, hit the button, and you see like maybe the inside of Nauro's workshop.
A garage, a rental garage.
Yeah, Nauro's rental garage, and I sort of shudder and avert my gaze, and you just see a horrified, or maybe not horrified, but unpleasant look on.
Man, so much sagging. Wait, is that Yana? What? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I leave him with that, and walk out of the room.
Wow. That is awesome. Cool. So let's go ahead and bring this session to a close.
If I could do something real quick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've got time if people had quick scenes.
I did hit my improve.
Yay!
So I would just, if possible, and again, this is just sort of a little type thing, I'm going to take in-brain puppet strings. But I would like to have this just flash scene of me walking by. What was the name of that bounty hunter again?
Oh, Nid.
Nid. As I walk by and just slide my hand slightly down his arm, I say, "You will never touch Mavra again."
Oh, shit. All right, I got to see the dice, bro.
All right, let's see if I can manage
brain
this.
puppet strings. So you have time, physical intimacy, which of course you get from the glove. You plan to command inside their mind. Roll plus weird.
Come on, baby, roll well. 7, 8, 9.
Nice. Cool. On a 7 to 9.
I've got one hold on.
You hold 1 at your will, no matter the circumstances. You can spend your hold to hurt him or make them roll poorly, which he doesn't roll because it's an NPC. He tenses and just a quick little nod. You get a sense from your touch of him and from your knowledge and your age. He's a clone trooper.
Ooh.
He's used to taking orders.
Good.
He's a little disappointed that he doesn't get to touch Mavra again, but he kind of assumes you mean don't go after her for the bounty. Cool.
Excellent.
Good. Anybody else have quick little scenes? If not, we can...
I was actually hoping to lure some Gomorians and slaughter them into a trap, but since I was captured by Javas, I think it will make sense for me to be completely broke at the start of the next session, so no problem.
Yes, so much broke. Yeah, because not being able to spend for lifestyle is like the perfect situation for your character, so I'm glad you're okay with that. Let's move to end of session. At the end of every session, choose a character who knows you better than they used to. If there's more than one, choose one at your whim. Tell the player to add +1 to their HX with you on their sheet. If it brings them to a +4, they reset to HX +1. If no one knows you better, choose the character who doesn't know you as well as they thought, or anyone at your whim, and tell them to take a -1 at their HX. Alan, got lots of time with everybody, so I'm hoping who knows you better.
I think Rox knows me better now.
Rox. Okay. I could get Rox or Mavra, and I think Rox makes the most sense to me. So, Rox, please add a +1 on your HX with Alan to your sheet.
Yeah, I'm going over from +4 to +1.
Oh, perfect. So, what that means, I've got a custom move with that, and I will put this in the chat. If you reach HX 4 with another person's character and reset HX with them, you may ask that character a question. The player must answer it honestly. You can work out how your PC knows this information with them. Play nice. And so if you want to think about that for a little bit, that would be awesome.
Yeah, for the starters of the last session.
Yeah, and it could also be a thing that you message on the event, and then we can answer at the beginning of next session if you like. So take the time that you need, but I definitely am interested in what question you ask. Next is Mavra. Who knows you better, Mavra?
I think it would be Alan.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Does that reset, Alan?
No.
All right. Next is Rox. Who knows you better?
Also, Alan, we had this like very cool, intimate moment where I got myself a Jedi teacher to teach me about the Force.
By the way, whenever I would say Force, Nauru does air quotes.
And last but not least, we have Nauru. Who knows you better?
Actually, I think it's going to be Mavra because kind of ID'd something that Nauru didn't even know.
Yeah, that one moment there of like,
That's
Nice.
good.
that was really, really good. That was tight.
Up to a solid 0.
Yeah.
Yes.
We almost know each other.
We almost know each other.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a moment, think about the session, and we will do our roses and thorns. We start with thorns, where we talk about things that didn't go as well as we'd hoped, or something that rules-wise was a point of consternation, or something that you'd like to make sure that we look up and do better next time. Anything along those lines. I'm always open to feedback. Let's lead off with Lowell. What thorns did you have?
Oh man, I was so unclear in that Yana scene when we came back to the garage, and I mean, it was really just I was super unclear there, and I could have been a lot clearer about what we were doing and stating my intentions and making that clear. So that became a mess because of me. So I felt bad about that scene. That one's all on me.
Well, I hear you. I'm glad that you were open to me asking questions. You didn't get defensive, and we worked our way through it, which I think is a good point. Any other thorns that you had, Lowell?
No, maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to keep myself isolated from the others, but I kind of keep doing that a little bit today. So I want to angle myself more in for interactions. I took the long way round to coming back to Mavro, so it was like a shaggy dog story to get to actually have an interaction there. So I got to be better about that.
That's actually why I kind of cut short any interaction with Nid. Just like, hey, let's get Nauru in with Mavra, even though, I kind of said a thing with Nid because that was where your trajectory was. I think I could have done more to cut short the Yana stuff to jump you into the cantina. So
I mean, I'm going to be going after Crick, so, a pod racer. So maybe there's, an opportunity in there for you.
I like it.
Take his stuff. Pavel, what thorns did you have, sir?
I'm not sure if I have any other than I was like confused when I was getting back to town, and we had like a confusion about where I am, what is happening. I think it would be better if you just ask. So sometime later, like where do we find you, or like what is happening? Because I was like really confused. How can I now position myself? Do we just like cut to 10 minutes later, or? So, but other than this confusion with me getting back to town after escaping the Sandcrawler, everything else was cool.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely set that up very poorly, and that's fair feedback. That's it, though. This is just the one. Man, probably normally you got lots of stuff. It's just the one. Wow, mark this on my calendar, motherfuckers. All right. And I appreciate that open and honest feedback. Like, you help me improve and you help the game get better. So if there's just one thing, then cool. I will take it. Steve, what thorns did you have, sir?
2 things. One, for myself, I'm playing like, I think the most pacifist, gun lugger ever. I think I've only shot at one person in 2 sessions. Which is unlike me for a gun lugger. So I think I definitely want to amp up the personal violence a little bit which, I'm hoping to with either, going after Cricks or, running into a, an Aktoshi ambush or, something. But I have, all these, violent silenced weapons and thermal detonators. And really haven't gotten a chance to use them. Well, sorry, I've had the chance. I've not taken the chance to use them.
We'll pick up with Crick stuff. Like, that's what I'd like to be the opening scene. By the way, don't forget that your Gunlugger special is you take +1 forward, so you may want to make yourself a note.
Okay.
You get to carry that into the next session.
And then the second thing, be for you, Rich, is, in 2 sessions we have yet to see a Hutt.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like, I actually had Timo was gonna deal with you guys, but
I know we're causing our own fun, but
you made your own fun. Yeah, Timo needs to stick his nose in this mess. So thank you for that. I appreciate you hanging a sign out there so that I can head for it. I'm glad to know that people want some Hutt. Get some Hutt. Cool. Tyler.
I really don't have any thorn for you, and because I just didn't see anything in this one. For me, I will say that I'm still getting my head around how best to, I knew I was going to get a level, so to speak, and looking through these moves, I'm still having a hard time figuring out where I'm making my character. So I just defaulted down to a brainer move because I was looking through all the other books, and I just I can't quite suss out where I want this character to be. And I'm happy with this move, but I'm just, and I'm gonna keep thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna keep getting over it. I'm sure, but somewhere in there, I'm just not quite getting where I feel like I'm doing it right.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that might be the fact that we've got Star Wars and Apocalypse World, and that the moves for Apocalypse World don't fit your vision of a Star Wars character? Is that what's causing you trouble, or do you think it's something else?
That may be part of it, in just that I'm hoping for something very Star Warsy in this character, and maybe it's just not. Maybe I need to take into consideration that I'm not going to be exactly like that. I don't know. I've pushed myself kind of as a Force user, and maybe I'm just not able to quite do that the way I want. And I should probably figure myself into something, that's more applicable for the situation. And I think I can do that. It's just getting my head into it.
Okay. I mean, I knew we had a big challenge, and that the preponderance and power of the Force and people's kind of their expectations, it's going to be hard to meet those expectations. We have the canon of the movies, and they really the Force is a couple of things, right? And none of the brainer moves do that stuff per se, and the stuff they do is very Sithy.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew you had a challenge ahead of you. I was hoping that we could just explore that, and I'm sorry that it's caused a bit of confusion as far as moves. If there's anything you think of that I can do to help, let me know.
Okay.
I love the idea that you're a guy who wants to be good with this power that's out there, and yet somehow all your skill and all the ways you've been able to use it are all these things that are dark. I mean, it's what flows naturally for you out of that maelstrom, and that's killing you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like I'm unhappy. It's just me trying to get myself into where I kind of am comfortable and happy with what I'm doing. It's not that I'm unhappy. It's just that I'm not quite latching like I hope to. And that's me. It's entirely me, because it has nothing to do with you or the game.
No. Here again, this is a thought experiment. That feedback is 100% valid. It's definitely a thing to take into account, and I think we can find a way forward. We've got to noodle on it a little bit. It's cool. It's cool.
Maybe some of the scare moves might be more applicable, because those are somewhat more positive manipulations.
Or you could take another move from another playbook, like the one that Vincent Baker just released like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, the skill.
The Skiller.
That's awesome.
It has a bunch of skills, like taxidermy and hitchhiking and stuff.
Oh, that's so great because he did it because of the typo in the back of the book.
Yep.
It's the best thing ever. Oh, that's so clever. So, Tyler, let me put this out. If you find a move that calls to you and Alan more than puppet strings, then take that and we'll just... You won't have a puppet string over Nid the bounty hunter, but maybe you even still had a conversation with him where you intimidated him. We can still leave that fiction in.
Okay.
Take out the puppet string part, and you can have a different move if you find one, because you got a little bit of time now, right? And so think about it.
Cool.
And don't forget to look in the extended playbooks. There's some cool ones in the quarantine and I don't know, Touchstone, maybe, and Water Bear, all those. There's lots of stuff out there. So lots of fun options.
I'll go looking at those. I didn't even know they were there.
We'll stick with you. I'm going to do the snake order. So we'll stick with you for roses.
So many roses. Oh my God, it was so awesome. This game I love what you're doing. I love this town. Like I say, I'm having a ton of fun with it. And these characters are wonderful. Oh my God. Pavel, I love Rox. He is so much fun. And Steve and Lowell, both of Mavra and Nauru are wonderful. Just so beautifully done. But I'm having an absolute blast with it. And, you know, despite what I said kind of me trying to figure out my moves, I think the basic moves were perfect. I mean, it is fitting exactly with that kind of gritty Star Wars feel for me.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Steve, what roses did you have for the game?
You know, I love the, again, you know, sense of Star Wars of everything, you know, Jawas and, you know, the scum and villainy, you know, portion of things. I like, especially like, you know, Nauru's idiosyncrasies. You pull that off very well, Lowell. And I sort of like that, you know, you're putting the gunlugger into positions where, you know, there's, you know, not hostages, but, you know, like people she has to protect, and, you know, I can't just solve everything with violence. You know, it does kind of, you know, become a default with gunlugger that everything is, you know, if all you have is, you know, nails, you know, everything is, you know, or all you have a hammer, everything, you know, looks like a nail. So it's good to use, you know, like Hutt, and, you know, try and manipulate when, you know, it's not going to turn out quite the way you want. So I like the situations you had to put me in.
Cool. I'm really glad to hear that. Pavel, what roses did you have?
I want to say that we had like a really cool scene with Alan, and I was like really curious how it will work out, and it was like really cool, like to see this other side of rocks where they know that they are being manipulated, and they want to learn about how to manipulate the Force instead. It was like a really cool scene with this going aggro on the mask. And also the Sandcrawler was really cool. We have seen Rock just go violent, do some unspoken violence to the Javas, and then escape, and then this like perfect maze with the vision of the seed slaying people, and then just Narlu, oh, time to bolt, because this is going to happen here. Perfect, like a really cool way. So I had a blast today.
Cool. Lowell, you get to be the next to last because I'm the MC, so I get to say
two things. One, the Sandcrawler scene. I really liked the Sandcrawler. I'm glad you brought it in. It was a great scene. It felt good. I liked the setup of it. It played into a lot of our things. I like the way you drew other people into that. So that was all very good. The other thing I want to say is there is an absolute pleasure for me to watch a GM who has mastery and control over a system and knows it, and it flows. And I played with you a lot, and sometimes like we played Spirit of 76, and you were fine, but that system also kind of got in the way. This doesn't get in the way. You know the game. It plays to your strengths. You're asking people about the moves. I mean, it's a pleasure to watch, and a real inspiration. Just let me say that quite frankly.
Thank you. I got to tell you, like, playing with really good GMs makes you want to step up your game, right? And I don't know if you guys will listen to the Cartel episode of Plus One Forward, but Mark D.S. Truman is a fucking deity amongst us, man. Like the way he calls out moves, and yeah, sure, he wrote the game, so he should know, but there's just a really great way that he takes the fiction, plucks out, like, he sounds like you're doing this, suggests the move, and then it flows right forward, and it causes all these unexpected outcomes. And Apocalypse World is so well tuned to surprise you, right? And I love that I was like, wait a second, we have an oh yeah move. Let's do the faceless version of how this would happen. Like, to me, and this is not a Rosen, just kind of reaction. If I go to Act Under Fire, like, I almost feel like that's the last resort for me. Act Under Fire is it's just the underpinning, right? It's the thing that if all the basic moves don't apply, if the playbook moves don't apply, then you go to Act Under Fire. And I love to not act under fire, right? I love the moves that have a pick list, because then, like, even though it can occasionally break action as people go, oh, well, I really want to think over my 3. I only get 2 out of the 4, and I really want this, and this. But it also allows the player to surprise me as an MC. And so that back and forth is really, really fun.
Act Under Fire is the passive voice of Apocalypse World.
Damn straight. And that's why I hate World of Dungeons, because it's all that one move. And I don't give a shit about that move. I think it's a failure of PBTA. That's just my personal opinion. So thank you for that. I've got a lot of rows stand out. Coming into this, I was like, I really like coming into this, like this whole idea, this thought experiment of Apocalypse World. I was like, I really don't want to do Jedi stuff. I don't like Jedi stuff. Like, it's always one way, right? And if we're going to do Jedi stuff, then it's always going to be background for me. And then Tyler, you're just like, I'm not playing a Force user, a brainer, motherfucker, and just deal with it. And it's been great. Like, I get that struggle, and I love that you are, and again, it's, like, which move do you pick? But like, to me, and Lowell highlighted this, you are a person who wants to be a chef, but you do not have the chef's tools. You understand how to make a souffle, but you just have a meat tenderizer and like a jagged serrated knife. How do you do that? Right? How do you do that? Especially when all the time you try to use it, you keep destroying things. I love that conflict. The scenes between Rox and Alan, as an MC, I was scared going in, because I'm like, as soon as this Kyber crystal gets introduced, I know what the Sith mask is going to say. Like, you need to fucking kill this person who's going to try to stop me from doing this. And as an MC, I'm like, that's hard. That's real hard, right? Especially for a faceless. And so I had trepidation even introducing this idea, but I was just like, that's 4 sessions, fuck it. Because it's just too damn cool. Because we had Sith mask faceless. We had brainer with force powers. How can I not? Like, once it was in my brain, I was like, I am going to take this risk, because I trust Pavel and I trust Tyler that we are not going to end up going round for round and being boring about this. And where you guys took it, I couldn't have predicted that. It was delightful to see that struggle, that worry, to see. I've never seen a faceless that openly questioned their mask before. Like, hot damn, that was just awesome. I really like, oh man, I did not see this coming, and it was great. I cannot wait to see us revisit that in 2 weeks. Steve, you absolutely embraced the noir part of Mavra this session, and it just, oh, so juicy and chewy, man. It was like the really good steak of watching Mavra. I'm about to be at the end of here. Oh, Yana wants a thing? Okay, fine. Oh, well, here comes some dirt on Yana. Well, let me just show you that video, cuz, oh, so
I mean,
good.
I did leave her behind when we left, you know, so it's not like I have, you know, much feelings for her.
I agree. And, you know, probably she is a sweet individual, more or less, but it's kind of forced into her own life. And it's just, this is such a good kind of noir thing going on. It's like a sand noir, a desert noir. But I also love Steve, because when I had Nid the bounty hunter come on to Mavra, like I was like, I'm gonna see where this goes, because I haven't seen you play Mavra with any kind of interest in anybody. She's just got this shell, right? She's got this armor. And so I made that offer, and I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go. And it was really neat to see that kind of old soldier acceptance of like, all right, yeah, sure. It
Part of that's
was,
like, you know, Apocalypse World sort of, you know, sells that a little bit too. It sells the, you know, sometimes, you know, to put it blunt, you know, people are just looking for a slot. You know, they're just looking for a little bit of good in the world of bad.
Yeah. So that was cool, and seeing Marvel like, all right, fine, sure. that was kick ass, because she totally could have just gunned him down. I mean, there's a billion things you could have done, and you like leaned into it. It was super cool. It's already been highlighted with Nauru, some of the stuff, but like that video, like, oh, and here's a video. I was like, oh my god, what's that video of? Is that video of Nauru? Oh, and I'm just imagining her camp of like, oh, the stuff she makes me do.
Got him new eyes.
I'm glad the Sandcrawler scene worked for you, Lowell. You really you just like jumped into it. I'm the first person at the yard sale. Like, yes. I'm there at 4:30. They're still moving the crates out, and I'm like, I'll give you 2 credits for this and 2 credits for that. That was fun. That was super duper funny. It just felt so lived in, and the way that Nauru exists and the stuff she's looking for angles, and she's just so clever and surviving, and she's salt of the earth. Like, she makes this place work, and I love that about Nauru. She's
also the first overlay I've ever done.
Dude, thank you for saying that. You guys are next leveling overlays. Oh my gosh, both Pavel and Lowell, your overlays.
Hangout toolbox, or
how are you doing that? How do you do this?
I took that from that overlay a file that was posted on the Gauntlet on how to do overlays, and then they had a whole bunch of templates, and I just used that.
But that is dope. Toolbox, not that.
Let me find where that is here.
I think I've seen this overlay in the recording of Lowell video for the beginning of the GMs. So I took it from Lowell. He just found it and then just copied it.
Yeah, that would help, because I feel like, I don't know, I think at one point Nauru was referring to Mabra as a him, and I'm just like, I'm not going to correct in the middle of the conversation, but it's
here,
a she.
Let me give you copy this link here.
I'll let my deep voice confuse you.
This is a Google Drive folder that somebody made. I can't remember who made it. That has a bunch of templates and it has instructions on how to make overlays.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, everything's over there explained.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that before next game.
Awesome. I had a great time running this game for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you had a good time too. I can't wait for next week. I'm glad to be back in the saddle with Apocalypse World.
It was awesome.
Good stuff.